Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Dawn. Let's continue exploring the Shattered Passage. Faintly pulsing strands of soul essence collect here, as if seeking one another's comfort. As you reach out to it with your spirit, the broken soul seems to peer back at you. The Darn Dragon hisses as you drive the mace upwards into the bottom of its jaw. It attempts to bat you away from the vit mouth, but you duck beneath its claws. You jam the edge of your shield into the side of its neck. You will not again allow it passage into the world of the living. With an abrupt shock of pain, the vision ends. The strands of the sundered soul cling to you like cobwebs. Okay, did not think I'd be able to loot this yet. Void Shard. This cold black sphere is formed of essence broken down and condensed within the white void. Touching it with bare skin is ill-advised. Licking it more so. I was gonna say, I think we have to freeze this over somehow to get to this, considering this is the Beast of Winter's domain. But I guess we just avoided that whole scenario. Speedrunners, take note. The faintly pulsing strands of soul essence stretch towards you, interweaving with those you collected before. The spirit grows stronger within you. It's an honor, your mother told you. The Altar of Decline rarely sends for Gondor among the clans, but your heart breaks as the land recedes behind the ship. You never noticed it before, such warmth for your frigid home, but it is stark as day in its absence. You'll sail north, the captain tells you, keeping well to the west of Nasi Tak and its stout defenders. The journey will take weeks, but it'll be quicker, he says as he points you towards the oars, if you're rowing with the rest of us. The rolling essence settles within you. So I assume these work like a teleporter. That's how we access this gate, but it looks like there's a gate right beside us. Yeah, I'm assuming you're not supposed to be able to do that. The faintly pulsing strands of soul essence stretch towards you, interweaving with those you collected before. The spirit grows stronger within you. Rynhaedr, Ulrun's daughter, dragged again before the elders for wandering. Never leave the clan without another, they'd said before, would say again, each time drumming it into her shoulders with a staff of etched bone. The land is one of endings, the Beast of Winter's dread domain, where he lurks beneath the snow, above the stars, and within red fangs and claws. Never walk alone. The girl will not learn. The Yarn Leafole tells them. Her ears are frozen shut. She wants to hit him, but he's a bare-blooded adult grown, and she but a gawkish child of fish and berries. He's not worth another drumming. The elder silences him. She will learn, the wizened elf answers, or she will die. Regardless, she belongs to Rynhaedr, and not to you. The reconstituted soul pulses like a heart.
On it.
You've only approached the essence before it sweeps towards you, drawn into the growing soul clinging to your own. Frigid cold washes over you. You have to ignore the screaming, to shut it out and focus. The dragon's at the doors, you've but moments before it's breached them, before it's reached the feet mouth. It's up on Rynhaedr's gateway, as it has so many of your kin. You will not allow it. In your prayers, you open the way to Rynhaedr, forging a road of your soul, from here through the beyond and into the very depths of the white void. He accepts. The beat mouth opens. Winter claims all. The spirit tears itself from you, stepping away even as it manifests a visible form. A soul stands before you, shimmering and indistinct, her sharp elven features fading to nothing at the edges and extremities. You recognize her form as that of the armored corpse standing frozen in the temple beyond the portal.
You trespass.
The soul's voice seems to come from everywhere at once, from her, from the air around you, and from within your own mind. Its chill runs down the sides of your neck, a numbness descending from your ears to your shoulders. Rynhaedr gapes as at the phantasm, and retreats a step towards the portal. I have an invitation.
Yes, you and all others. Yet you arrived before the appointed hour.
Her brow furrows.
Or perhaps after.
The figure takes a step closer, and the air grows colder, drier. Frost spreads from her feet.
You retain yourself. Your life, your awareness, your soul. How?
Show her the Eye of Rynhaedr. Rynhaedr gave me this. Well, that's not true. I had to buy it from an imp. The spirit's eyes widen as she reaches towards the orb. She stops short, fingers twitching, before letting her hand drop to her side. Her attention falls to the frozen ground.
Your presence suggests that Rynhaedr has chosen a new guardian to put the worm to the blade. To succeed where I have failed.
You tried to kill that monster. Do you know what it is?
Before it came here, it was a dragon. What it has become since, exactly, I cannot say. It fell upon our temple wielding powerful wizardry. I believed that it desired the temple itself, or our accumulated lore. I was mistaken.
What was the dragon after?
Rynhaedr gifted our people with a beat mouth that we might yield to him. Those objects or individuals that persisted beyond their value to the clans. In its desire to dominate the Deadfire, the worm sought to retrieve one or more of the sacrificed relics.
Her scowl twists into a smirk.
Even if it claimed the relics, the fool cannot return. Its body long since destroyed. Still, its soul persists against the power of this place, and I would see it ended.
The dragon seemed pretty solid when I fought it outside the temple.
Was but a shadow forged of spirit stuff, by the worm's own will.
You claim that the dragon manifested itself from ambient essence?
Rynhaedr nods in response.
As if it's a chanter who can chant up itself?
How do I close the beat mouth?
Oh, why? It is sacred to Rynhaedr.
A confused frown mars her face. If I leave it be, ice will cover the whole Deadfire.
Everything ends eventually.
Sighing, she shakes her head.
Do as you will, so long as you slay the worm.
I need to find that dragon.
Then you must seek it below. Know that the white void will consume you, however. A few souls here cling tenaciously to coherence. Some for as long as centuries. Seek them, if you would know the secrets of their longevity. This place decomposes spirits. Do not be surprised if the souls require repair before rendering you aid. I imagine, though, that the Beast of Winter would prefer you hasten their dissolution.
I try not to make a habit of doing the gods' work for them. Oh, I keep having to do so.
I could say something to that, but I won't stop you from wishful thinking.
Yeah, I'm not doing it on purpose, Adair. Rynhaedr shrugs within her armor.
Go then. This will resolve itself in rhyme and ruin.
Okay, cool, leveled up. Now I have to receive 100 afflictions. We got Entropy Guard. Ice seals the joints of the armor, granting the wearer a bonus to armor, but immobilizing them. So immobilize for 20 seconds, plus 2 armor rating, and plus 4 freeze armor rating. He knew the land only as stories. A vast white emptiness, like the blue sea around the temple, but cold and hard. He imagined the snow bears, great white masses of fur and muscle, and the walruses, with their spear-like tusks raking the ice for food, and dreamt of sledding across the ragged, frozen land. He had never set eyes upon them. His place was here, in this ancient temple, watching over the White Maw, protecting it from those who would despoil it, and casting away the tools and weapons of the lesser divines.
Greetings again, walker between worlds. Was there something else you wished to ask?
Can you tell me more about these Echo Realms?
I can tell you of but 3. There are others, but they exist beyond my ken. Each reflects the souls within, spirits adrift upon the calamity that claimed them. Some souls cling more tightly than others. A drowned kingdom of salt and coral. A copper realm, chained in questions. These were here when I arrived. The 3rd realm is young yet, and as hot as a festival flame.
There's an entire sunken kingdom down here.
Yes, and also no.
She frowns, forehead wrinkling in her attempt to find the words that will form an adequate explanation.
More the echo of the kingdom's end. The whole of it fell in one great calamity, I think.
Assumably, that's referring to Ukaizo.
The stubborn blindness of its chieftain has kept it suspended above the void for centuries or longer. It is the eldest of the realms accessible from here, and the most thoroughly decayed.
What did you mean by chained in questions?
I know no other words for it. Agonized screams echo through its halls, and great machines churn above masked querents.
So that's probably associated with the Inquitans.
It is an ancient nightmare, sustained by the bitterness and spite of the kith within.
You know nothing else of the youngest realm.
Fresh and raw, that wound. In its agony, it revisits itself.
Are there other realms?
There were, in the past. I remember a palace of golden smoke. Gone now. A temple of shifting halls. Also gone.
She frowns, almost wincing.
These realms fell away, consumed by the white void. I know not how long ago.
I want to talk about something else. She nods, her eyes never leaving yours. I wanted to ask you something else about this dragon. Loathing flickers across Rynhaedr's indistinct features. Excuse me.
Ask your questions then, if they will see the worm ended.
I killed the dragon and it revived. How do I kill it permanently?
I wish I had that answer. Perhaps it would be enough to fight it in this place. To weaken its grip that it might finally fall into the void. Perhaps it found the relic it sought, its soul clinging to that object in place of an earthly form. If that object were found, perhaps it could be delivered to the Beast of Winter for dissolution. I can't risk falling on a perhaps, however. Not with a gate to hold.
Where did the dragon come from?
From the north.
She frowns down at her hands.
A beast of the Deadfire, set on dominating that place as a snowbird dominates its hunting grounds. No creature, dragon or kith, rivaled it. Yet it was not content and turned its eyes against the gods.
What's it doing here?
Rynhaedr gifted our people with a veet mouth that we might yield to him. Those objects or individuals that persisted beyond their value to the clans. In its desire to dominate the Deadfire, the worm sought to retrieve one or more of the sacrificed relics.
I read this before.
Even if it claimed the relics, the fool cannot return. Its body long since destroyed.
Do you know where it came by such powers?
I do not. It ate a wizard, perhaps?
You mentioned before that the dragon used wizardry.
Yes. Even before it came to us, tales had reached us from the north. The worm's abilities were not limited to its fangs, claws, and breath. It commanded eldritch energies.
I want to talk about something else. I'm curious about your homeland and people. Inclines her head to you. Why is it called the White That Wins?
Rather than the deceased flame or the land of deer, we Glamfellans simply call it the land. Outsiders call it the White That Wins. Likely because much of it is white and can be difficult to navigate for the uninitiated.
What is the White That Wins like? That's hard to say. What is the White That Wins like?
How does a person explain their home when they've only ever seen it with their own eyes? Travelers will claim it an endless expanse of white, featureless and bare. I would point to the jagged rises, the plunging coasts, the sheer rifts, to the blight storms and the snow bears, and ask of them, do you not see? Still, few kith call the land home. Only Glamfellon and the Inutinic. They possess the resolve, the vigor, required to endure the Beast of Winter's withering attentions.
Edwin snorts derisively and shakes her head. I take it you feel differently, Edwin.
It is a hard land that produces hard people. It is fallacious to ascribe to it deeper spiritual, or worse, anthropomorphic qualities.
I know you kind well, girl. Cowering behind words and symbols, that the world doesn't dirt your perception of it.
I know yours. Quick to ascribe every faint breeze to the lungs of a god. And don't call me girl.
Does that sound like the home you left, Vatnir? Godlike peers at the spirit before him. Though his mask hides his expression, his hunched shoulders suggest fear.
It's a cruel and deceptive place. She has that much right.
Face lowered, he addresses the ground more than either you or Rynhaedr.
It is neither, young Winterborn. Hard and callous, perhaps, but pure in its intent.
He crosses his arms and averts his attention to the amorphous vista beyond. Speak your mind, Vatnir.
Haven't we wasted enough time picking at this spiritual scar?
He waves a scornful hand at Rynhaedr.
Let us get on with slaying this dragon, or closing this portal, or whatever it is you'd have us do.
It sounds incredible. Thank you.
It pains me little to speak of home.
She bows her head. Can you tell me more about the Pale Elves?
Most Glamfellon reside within the White That Wins, where we travel in clans. Life in the land can be harsh, but it provides. The clan raises the young communally, each member passing on their expertise. That every child has the skills demanded by the land. Each clan is as much family as nation.
Not their parents.
The mother helps raise the child, of course, but paternity can sometimes be difficult to determine. Each child is a child of the clan first and foremost.
You'd find the land much transformed, Gonthur. Settlements exist across the coast, trading as much in culture as goods.
Her carmine eyes drop to the frozen ground.
And few children have the support of two parents, much less a whole clan of them.
Hard bitterness tinges the Animancer's words.
In the north, maybe. Many inland clans still keep the old ways.
You sound like you miss it.
I love the land and I love my people. But that life ended long ago. As all things do.
Did the Glamfellon have any particular feelings about the Wood Elves?
I have little experience with the shelter folk of Air Glamfath. They do not welcome us among the lands. We do some trading with the adherents.
What is the relationship between the Glamfellon and Rymrgand?
We have long venerated Rymrgand as the eldest, strongest, and wisest of the gods. He claimed the land as his kingdom, and we as his people. My eldest taught that we fell from the Beast of Winter's fur as it marched across the land. The first Glamfellon, equal parts salt, snow, and divine spirit.
What does veneration of Rynhaedr entail?
Prayer, song, dance, sacrifice, the use of blessed relics, the defense of sacred sites.
With a smile, he gestures back towards the swirling pearlescent plain of the Beatmouth.
Our priests augur his will in the entrails of the slain. They guide our travels across the land, and we embrace the inevitable difficulties that ensue.
Did your elder tell you where Rynhaedr came from?
Like all endings, he was inevitable from the beginning. The babe of spring demanded a beast of winter. My mother told me once that she believed them one and the same. That, like you, like me, Rynhaedr was born to die. Unlike us, however. His birth gave birth to birthing, and his death will end death. He lit the flame, and he shall bury the ashes.
What of the other gods?
They each sing their song. The flame keeps us warm, the sea provides fish, the land flesh. Each provides temporary comfort against the cold, and we thank them for their gifts. But only Rynhaedr awaits us in the white void.
Let me ask you about something else. Farewell.
I've got it.
A beam of clear, radiant light cuts through the murky expanse of the beyond. The air around it is notably warmer than the rest of this realm. Look into the light. The source of the illumination is too distant, and the effort of looking hurts your eyes. I suspect the light is something more than it seems, but that could be true of many things in this realm. Step away. To the endless queries. So the Bridge of Blaze has opened up. We can't access these two yet. There's also the Drowned Kingdom. Well, since we're already here. The portal whispers, sounding at first like the rain, but resolving into the quiet murmuring of lowered voices in a large room. Gaze into its depths. Beyond its surface, you see vast pillars of Adra wrapped in the stone arches and copper machinery of ancient Ingwith. The quiet whispers seem couched in a mixture of desperate fear and bitter zeal. Step into the portal.
This place looks a lot like the old Ingwithan ruins back home, but like they were just built.
The figure shackled before you shudders, its edges shaking and blurring, its entire form indistinct, as if seen through a waterfall. As you approach, her features resolve into those of a shelter folk, her brown hair falling limp and matted about her pale skin. Her eyes, though, are bright and blue. The Ovara Ix Encios.
You've returned to me. Please, please release me. This place, the agony, so much worse than anything I suffered at your hands.
How can I know this is you? I'm not sure I can trust my senses here. She cries out, writhing against her bonds as they burn with violet light. She shimmers, her face falls away, placed with a cold, hard mask over a gray beard.
My student, my nemesis, to see you again here. Have you come to proffer forgiveness, or to persecute me further?
Theus Ix Arcanon's words waver weakly, as if floating to you from the bottom of a well. I just hit him. I destroyed Theus.
This spirit manipulates our perceptions directly. Some ciphers possess similar skills.
The entity shimmers again, its features running like water as it lifts its head.
See you, do I come to kill old Merwald? To claim his keep? Cad Nua, home to me for decades now.
The Venerable Watcher's eyes wetly widen.
That old place, you can hold on to it. We got a boat now.
Leave an old man be, beg I. Leave him to his doom, to the dawn star's rise.
I'm not falling for this spirit. Tell me what you want. The old man trembles, his visage splitting apart at the wrinkles, the sagging flesh falling away to reveal bruised skin beneath. The illusion melts into black ichor, which flows through the air into an object hanging from the spirit's neck. A small blade broken near the hilt. What's that hanging from your neck? The spirit's labored breaths fracture into a weak chuckle.
You see through it then? You must be special. Like they were. Are.
She appears again to be an elf, albeit one of duskier skin than Ayavara. Who are you?
I'm uncertain. I've lost so much of myself here. She tore my name from me.
Who did this to you?
The Interrogator. She's deep within, ensconced in her little court.
Do you recognize me?
No. I don't even recognize myself.
Tell me about the dagger.
The object bears the touch of Scan himself. His blessing bestowed on it for his queen's precious inquisitors.
This was made by the Inquisition.
'Tis a tool for liars, hiding the true identity of the wearer. Used for infiltration, hidden, disguised. To destroy groups they found objectionable from within.
How do you know any of this?
I was there, I think. I remember the trials. Bits and pieces of what she did to me. Gone now, mostly. Carved away to the sound of so many questions.
I need to find this woman.
You won't. She wards herself too well. In her labyrinth of Audra and copper. Perhaps with my help. If you found the pieces of me, returned them, I could lead you to her.
Sounds to me like an excuse to get me to help you.
The way, 'tis in what she's taken from me. Memories of Anguith. I can lead you, but not as I am.
Why don't I just go find her myself?
I don't believe it possible. This place is hers. Without someone who knows her, you're lost.
How would I retrieve your memories?
If they remain, they're in the machines. Each encompasses an Audra pillar, and each pillar contains the countless souls scoured by the Inquisitor, I think.
What a shameful path the Engwithins followed to achieve their ends. Damn the gods!
If you would seek my missing pieces, seek them there. But be warned, some may be more volatile than others. I want to help, so try to find bits of me that aren't too broken.
I'll try to find a way to help you.
I appreciate that. You've no idea how much. Take the relic with you. You may need it.
She slackens against her bonds. So got betrayal, gives us quick to rebel. User inspires rebellion in the enemies around them. These enemies are charms for a short duration, have their might, constitution, and dexterity increased. The Snapped Blade has had many names over the years, but the stain of betrayal has never been wiped clean. Long ago, it was a gladiator's weapon wielded in the slave pits. The fighter who carried it bought his freedom by plunging it into the back of his master, earning it the name Liberator. Later it hung on the walls of a wealthy estate, where a maid butchered the family, earning it the name Decency. It isn't known how or when it broke. The blade's persistent symbol as a deliverer of justice and condemner of the wicked made it a favorite amongst gay knights, who sacrificed generously to imbue it with their patron's blessing. Alright, so each one of these realms is probably going to have an artifact of another god. Because Rynhaedr had mentioned that they sacrificed the artifacts of other deities to the White Void. With that in mind, there's another trinket.
A fine prize.
Sure.
What's this? Interesting. Okay, I'm going to call it here. Next time we will explore the Endless Quarries and begin our adventures through the various realms within the White Void. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.